the 5-star shout out.
I'm not gonna say it because I don't believe in it. I don't believe in. You can't make you know what I'm talking about.
Good morning. We're here. We made it. Side Jawn is in the building, ladies and gentlemen. I know somebody in the comments probably like, where y'all been? We here. We made it.
I mean, we ain't that late.
We ain't that late, but we made it, early mornings.
That's right.
You got to pivot from time to time. Got to make things happen. But with that being said, Chocolate Girl, how you doing, babe?
Chocolate Girl's doing fine. How are you doing this morning on Saturday morning, my favorite day of the week?
I'm doing good. Doing really good. Really good.
Good.
Yes.
Glad to hear it.
Well, you know how we start each and every show. How was your week? So we're gonna get into you. How was your week, Chocolate Girl?
My week was pretty good, Dennis. It really was. It was pretty good. Had my review at work. Went well. Let me see. Feeling better than I was last week. So that's a good thing. Let me see. What else could it be? Oh, well, I'm here. I'm alive, so I'm happy about that. Plus, I was able to do Talk Areas Tuesday, so I was happy about that.
Yes.
I had enough energy to do the show.
That's right. We was glad to have you on there. And plus, today is the anniversary of your own podcast. Did you hear what Chocolate said? What year is this anniversary? What year is this?
This is 4. It's now 4. Because see, it's our 5th. It'll be our 5th year coming up in June for the Side Jawn. I started that next year. So yeah, this will be my 4th season. It's getting started.
You were saying you needed your own podcast. You needed something to talk about, and then I was like, yeah, you need to get your voice out there because people love hearing, what the Chocolate Girl got to say.
Well, no, really, you were the one that told me I need to start it. I was like, I don't know if I could start it. You were like, why not? You should do it. You should do it.
Still to this day, you had so many co-hosts, and I remember you was always telling me, yeah, we got a show, we was doing it, but then next thing you know, I'm waiting on them, and I'm waiting on such and such. I'm waiting on. You might need to stop waiting on everybody. You might go ahead and tell everybody what Chocolate said.
That's what you said.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I don't know what to call it. And you said, did you hear what Chocolate said? Mm-hmm. Oh, Lord. Do you remember the first episode we did?
First episode we did was, it was about most embarrassing moments of basketball.
No.
That wasn't it?
No. It was about music. It was about the state of R&B music.
Okay.
And how we both are R&B lovers.
They stopped begging.
But it seems like R&B is, people are forgetting about R&B. And at the time, that's true. I think it's making a comeback now.
Certain songs are starting to make a comeback. There's certain artists out there I like listening to, especially October London.
Yeah. Well, you know who I still love? I still love him, even though he dabbles in hip hop a little. Chris Brown. I still love Chris Brown. I'm so glad he won the Grammy for Best R&B Art Album. this year. I don't know what to do. This is the second time he's won it, and I love it. Do your thing, Chris Brown. Breezy. Love him.
Chris Breezy. Yeah. But like I said, we're here. I'm excited. I had a really good week. I had a couple days off in a row. That doesn't happen that often because I had to work the whole. If y'all don't know, I worked the whole January, and this February I had a couple days off in a row, so I felt good about that.
That's good.
I only had one day off. Only had one day off in January.
Wow, really? That's how my September went.
I only had one day off in January, and I got a lot. I got a lot of stuff, paid up in advance during that time. Working on that overtime.
Well, that's good. It's good to be ahead on your bills.
Yes, it is. It is good to be because you don't have when you ahead on when you got your finances in a chokehold. A lot of things are a lot easier.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's always better to have them in a chokehold than for the bills to have a chokehold.
You in a chokehold.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Oh, it's like such a relief.
So that's good.
Exactly how you feel. You'd be like, oh.
Mm-hmm. You have some breathing room. I love breathing room. Love it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I love it as well. So, okay. Now, it is March 1st, and like I said, this is the anniversary of Did You Hear What Chocolate Said? She's going into season 4.
Yep. The anniversary show. The anniversary show's dropping later today.
Oh, can't wait. All right. Now are you going to talk about your Lakers because I haven't heard your response to these to the LA Lucas, okay?
No, and don't call us that, please. Thank you very much. We are still the Lakers, not the Lucas. But yeah, no, I'm not going to be talking about the Lakers. That's going to come later.
All right.
You just have to tune in to see. Dropping on Spotify, YouTube, Apple. I hate that. I miss Google Podcasts.
Well, I don't even use it now. I got an iPhone now.
It's gone. It's gone. They ended the Google Podcast channel for some reason. I don't know.
Okay. Well,
but anyway.
I got an iPhone now. I wouldn't know.
Yeah, I look at all of them because some podcasts are not on every platform. Did you know that?
Yeah.
So that's why I look at all the platforms. You never know what you might run into.
Yeah, Trisha Joy in the building.
What's up, Trisha?
Great to see you, Trisha. How you doing?
But anyway, all right. Well, we're going to start with these letters to the Side Jawn today.
All right.
This is the first one.
And it's also, let me put this out, it's also Women's History Month.
Yes,
put that out there. It's also Women's History Month.
Happy Women's History Month. And we've got some good shows. We got some good shows coming up, featuring some good women. Have them on here. So that'll be cool.
Yeah.
Good information. But here's the first letter. Okay. Dear Side Jawn. Dear Side Jawn, my father got remarried about 15 years ago. My stepmom has a daughter as well. My dad has just been diagnosed with a terminal illness, that's sad. He and I went to see his attorney, and he has left his home worth over $500,000 to me, his only child. When my stepmom found out, she got mad at my dad, saying, what about her? Shouldn't she get the house as his wife? And my dad is insisting, no. He built the house to pass on to his daughter, and that is what he's going to do. She got mad and moved out the house. Is my dad wrong?
No, your dad ain't wrong.
Mm-hmm. I hope you're listening.
But he should have left something to his wife.
Well, it doesn't say that he's not leaving her anything, just the house. It just says the house. The house, for what it seems like to me, he built this house long before this wife came along.
Right, because he got remarried.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And I honestly, it sounds like it's some friction anyway, because why would you and your dad be going to go see the attorney? Why not the wife be going to go see the attorney with him?
Because he wanted to make sure that the daughter gets the house. The wife don't need to go. I know if this was me, the wife wouldn't have been at that attorney's office, not with me and my father. Nope. She wouldn't have been there. So we only have the information in front of us. I'm sure there's more to the story, but
yes,
I don't have any problem with it. That house was there before the women, the stepmom came along, obviously.
And I 100% agree with you on that. So I think that she moved out, so she felt some type of way. Like I said, I just don't think that this was all that made her move out. Like, oh, you ain't getting a house once I die. And I don't think that was all. So I think there's more to this relationship. Hopefully they'll write us back, let us know later. Because some of the reviews back from the letters has been a little bit crazy. So I'll let you know that. Some of them have been a little bit crazy.
Yeah.
But here's another letter. Dear Side Jawn, why do my stepkids feel entitled to my money? All right. I have a large expensive home for many years prior to being married with my current husband. This home has been in our family for 106 years. Every penny of my life worth has gone into this home. When I married my husband, he signed a prenup with the understanding that if and when anything happens to me, the home will go to my future children, and the only children I have is with him. Now, his two grown children found out and were livid. I told them that they're not entitled to the hundreds of years of my family's hard work just because I have married their father. Their entitlement is absolutely insane. Was I wrong?
I don't feel like she's wrong. Those kids, those older kids are not her kids. They're his kids. That house was not his house. That's her house. And he signed a prenup already saying that the house will go to the future children between him and her. That's it. What are they mad at?
I'm mad because they wanted that nice house. 106 years of that house. That house is a beautiful house.
Yeah, but I don't think that's right for them to be mad because they have no right to that house. None.
Yeah, I know what they mad at, but they ain't getting the house.
Yeah, they don't have any right to, and they don't have any right to be mad at her. Their dad signed the prenup. That's between them.
And you don't even know if she's dying anytime soon. She may outlive you.
That's right.
Why are you worried about if you get in the house?
That's right.
I can see if she was on her deathbed and y'all was mad. No, y'all just mad because y'all be wanting too much. Like she said, entitled.
I can't see them being mad for any reason, really. I really can't understand why they would be mad, period. She has no obligation to leave them interest in that house. They have nothing to do with that house.
You know what I say, Shan? FTK.
Fuck them kids. Stop, Dennis. Stop, Dennis. Okay, so look, what is the I don't understand the entitlement.
They believe they deserve everything. Oh, if my little sister getting it, I should be getting the house too. No.
Well, I don't have another letter, but I have a situationship my friend is going through.
Oh, let's hear about this friend.
Let's
try to help him.
All right. She's listening, I'm sure. I'm sure she's listening. She told me she was going to watch the show. But so I have a friend and her son's father insists on buying things only for her son that she has with him and not for her 2 other kids that she now has by her husband who passed away 2 years ago. So if you're following me, she's a single mom now. She has 3 kids, a little boy with this baby daddy, 2 kids with her husband who passed away 2 years ago. She said, my son is 14 and my girls are 7-year-old twin girls. Their feelings are hurt when he does this, when he comes over and brings my son stuff and nothing for them. He says, let me see, what does she tell me? They get along with him and he includes them when he comes to get us all for family things. But as far as gifts or special things, no, he only brings them for him. Isn't he wrong? That's how she asked me. Isn't he wrong? So she thinks he's wrong to do that. What do you think?
He's not supposed to, but you know, if you're not gonna do it for all the kids, you're supposed to just not do it all. That's what they said. Now, as far as feeding kids, yes, you should feed all the kids. I'm 100% with that. But buying special gifts, that's your child. Your child's supposed to get special gifts. Yeah, it's wrong. It's a sad feeling, but at the end of the day, he's doing what he's entitled to do. Take care of his child. They don't give you no extra granny gravy points for taking care of other people's kids. It ain't even take care of other people's kids day. Hey, you took care of somebody else's kids? Oh, you're a great man. No damn about you.
They share custody too. So it's not like she has full custody and he pays her child support and all that. They share custody.
Right.
He lives like what, 2 miles from her?
Close. Oh, that's good. Close.
Yeah. I mean, I thought that was a smart thing.
I guess you got to do, just don't bring the gifts to the house. Just take the young man to his house and get the gifts, and then let him take them back if he wants to.
BJ said, we don't take care of other people's kids for a pat on the back.
Yeah, okay.
I don't think you said that though, did you?
I ain't saying we do it for a pat in the back, but a pat in the back would be deserving. That's all I'm saying.
I think so.
Appreciation goes a long way. That's all I'm saying.
It does. Well, my opinion is this. Those girls are 7 years old. They're 7. They don't understand situations like that. All they know is their big brother gets something and they don't. And I feel if you're going to do stuff like that, don't bring it over there in front of the girls. Wait till he comes to your house to give him whatever. But don't come to the house with gift in hand for him and nothing for them. I feel like that's wrong. That's what I feel. I mean, I don't have anything. I don't have any problem with him wanting to give just his son something and not them. I get it. I don't have any problem with that. But you got to do some things for looks. You know what I'm saying? You can't, just because you can do whatever doesn't mean you should do it. And I feel that he should have some understanding and compassion for those little girls. They're 7 years old. And I don't know. I think back to when I was 7. I was sensitive. I didn't know what older people do. Only thing I knew was toys and Barbies and hair and, makeup and dance class. And, that's all I knew. So if somebody were to come over and give my sister something and give me nothing, I would have set it off in that house. That was not going to happen. No. You're not coming over here with something for her and not for me.
I ain't set it off. I've seen it happen. Like I've seen my cousin. We was living with my grandmother. So my cousin, her dad lived down the street. And her dad occasionally would come by, give her some stuff,
Mm-hmm.
And then, at the time I'm 7, so she had to be about 11. He'll come out from time to time and give her some stuff. And at the time, I was like, "Hey, you got some new stuff again?" Ah, you'd be like that. As I
Right.
got older, you realize, my aunt had to call her baby father, start threatening him for him to go do those things. You start to realize all that stuff. You're like, oh, that's why you was getting them nice things. Okay. But at the same time, my pop would buy me nice things, so it wasn't really a jealousy thing. My pop bought all the same stuff for me, so I wasn't really jealous. But I've seen her get nice things and was like, oh, I see you get some nice stuff.
Well, I just think that he needs to. I think he needs to watch that. Okay, I got another situation.
All right.
I know. I think I sent this to you before, where there's a guy standing. I think are they at the beach, and the mama's on one side and the daughter's on the other side, and he has one pair of shoes. And the question is, who does he give the shoes to walk across the whatever the street with all the stuff on it on the ground or something? What does he has one extra pair of shoes to give them? So whose feet do you put the shoes on? Your mama's or your girl? I guess I'm assuming it's the wife. And
So it's his wife.
you remember that? We talked about it briefly.
I think I would put the shoes on my mama and I would carry my wife.
That's exactly. Give the shoes to his mom, pick up his wife, and carry her on his back while holding his mama's hand. That's exactly what I said. But the people in the comments were like, well, I'm sorry, that mama would have to blah, blah, blah. Because, when you get married, two become one. That was their excuse. That was their excuse for saying the mama should get the shoes. I mean, the wife should get the shoes and not the mama.
No, they just said it wrong. Two do become one. I just took my wife and put her on my back. I got you, baby. Two became one.
No, I agree with you.
We're going to help elder my mother across the street. Or we're going to help elder your mother across the street. Either way, our mother's going to get across the street.
With shoes on.
With shoes on.
I'm probably, if I'm a guy, I'm probably not going to carry my mama. I'm going to carry my wife.
Right.
And I'm going to let my mama walk and hold her hand and make sure she doesn't fall and all that. I just don't understand that.
Because people start putting a personal into it, Sharon. See, they got a personal vendetta against those mamas. Okay?
I think so too. I think it's these women, these women who always want to exert their place. They always want to, oh, I'm first. I'm the wife. I'm first. Yeah, but you can't just dishonor his mom. It doesn't mean dishonor his mom. Bible also says honor your mother and father, and your days will be long. It says that too. So, I mean, I just don't understand how people pick and choose Bible verses just to fit what they want to do. So they can rank. Because I can tell you right now, I don't put nobody for my mama. I'm sorry. My mama, this mama that I watched go to work every day, even when she had migraines and stomach problems and all kind of stuff, she used to get up I never knew she was sick. Never knew until I got older that she was dealing with all these illnesses and stuff. We didn't know.
Right.
Watch my mama. I thought we were rich when I was little until I went back and looked at how much money her retirement was. I was like, how did y'all make it? She made it. She made it work. Their little salaries, she made it work.
I thought you was rich too. It's almost like you had an intercom in your house.
We did. But we weren't wealthy. That's a true testament to my mom and the way she managed their finances. She was brilliant. And that's the reason why I can make a way out of nothing. I can make a way with no money. I learned it from her. I learned that part anyway. You learn much else, but that I learned. But anyway, that's what I said. I said people kill me using the join to his wife's scripture to mean don't consider mama. And anytime mama asks for or needs something like this, then she needs to go find somebody else. That's what they were saying in the comments. Mama need to go find her husband. How you know the mama don't have no husband? The cartoon didn't say anything about her being a widow or single. Why did they assume that? You see what I'm saying? Mama gets a bad rap after these boys get these wives. I don't understand it.
Because they try to take mama's spot instead of just, actually trying to learn how mama raised their son. They'll try to take mama's spot.
Yeah. Because any relationship expert will tell a woman, watch the man and how they get along with their mama. If they don't get along well with the mama, you might want to leave him alone.
Okay, all right, hold up.
All the stuff I do for you as a mother. Literally, I take care of you, I feed you, I cook, I do all that stuff. And all I did, I asked you for your birthday money so that I can pay the light bill. You don't want to give me the birthday money. So I am taking the PS5 back so I can get the money so the bill can be paid.
Well, how you going to ask for my birthday money that I got on my birthday to pay the light bill? And why you trying to take my PS5 away?
Well, you can't play the PS5 anyway if there ain't going to be no damn lights in our house.
You said I've been going out so much you would have had the money. What happened to the income tax?
Trying to, first of all, I'm an adult. Stay out my business. When I come to you as a mother and I'm telling you there's an issue where I need help, you help.
Going out so much. I'm tired of you going out. You need to spend time with us and you need to spend money on your bills.
Leilani, I'm not even talking to you. So you stay in a child's place.
Mom, you said stay in a child's place, but you asking my brother to pay your bills. And just like Lay said, you need to start spending money on us and stop spending money on yourself and your little boyfriend.
Boy, y'all finna whip y'all ass.
Wow.
She wasn't expecting that. She turned that thing off, didn't she? She turned that camera off after she said that. Boy, that's a lot to unpack, Dennis.
Well, yeah, it's a lot to unpack.
What you think about that?
You got to get a hold of your finances, like I started off the show with. You got to get a chokehold of your finances. All of a sudden, it's some extra money because your son just had a birthday party, and you want to take that joy away from him. Y'all talking about somebody coming by the house and bringing gifts for kids, for the one kid, not the other. Y'all talking about that hurt. Imagine somebody dropping some money off to you, you young on your birthday, and next thing you know, oh, I need your birthday money, I'm gonna give it back. Shit, that's some pain right there. That's pain.
Well, you can look at it. You can look at it one of two ways. You could look at it like that, but you could also look at it as she might have a point when she said, you're not going to be able to play nothing if we ain't got no electricity in this house.
Right.
Now, whose fault is it? It's hers. Squarely, it's her fault because she's the adult. Like she kept saying, she the adult. But, all adults don't have the skill that my mama had to take care of her bills the right way. Everybody's not skilled like that. There are some people who's better at it than others. So if you ask me, was she wrong? I say she's about 90% wrong. But that little 10% I get it. And I agree with Brad. Brad said that's an argument that shouldn't have been on the internet. She should not have posted that. That's too personal.
I think personally that was a skit. That was a setup skit.
I don't know. Well, I think it might have been set up too because I don't know too many women too many mothers that look like us that would have put up with them talking to her that way without stopping the car and smacking the crap out of them. See, I don't know too many. I know a few, but I don't know too many that wouldn't have done that. They would not have put up with them talking to them like that, because even if they're right, they were a little disrespectful in the way they spoke to her, in my opinion.
I agree.
Yeah.
Even though they were right, that was disrespectful.
We ain't having that. You could be right, but that don't mean you got the right to be disrespectful to your mama. Ever. And I know I'm speaking as a little girl who had a mouth. I had a mouth on me when I was little. I have told this story before. When I was young, this mouth got me in so much trouble in my house. I didn't get in trouble outside the house, but in the house, Lord.
What you ain't gonna do is say you had a mouth when you was little, like you ain't got one now. Okay, that's what you ain't gonna do. Okay, now you can fool them viewers.
I'm talking about towards my parents. I had a disrespectful mouth back then towards my parents. I'm not disrespectful to anybody now, but I will tell you off. Yes, I will do that. But anyway, that was a good, but Brad said if the mom would have hit the kid, would she been wrong or salty? I don't think she would have been wrong.
I don't think so either. At the same time, you still got to get a hold of your finances, because if it wasn't his birthday, and he had that birthday money, how was you gonna pay that bill?
So let me say this. Well, maybe she had planned on borrowing it from somebody who she's already borrowed money from. See what I'm saying? And so if she sees this as an opportunity, she might say, dang, I ain't got to go ask that person. I can just use this. I can just use this as a floater till I get paid next week. And then I can give him back his birthday money.
No. That's probably
I don't see anything wrong with that.
Well, I'm gonna say it in a super hood way. You ain't gotta go see Charles. You ain't gotta go see Charles for that money, okay? Because you tired of going to go see Charles for that money. You don't like the way Charles treats you for that money. So now you got the money at the house. You rather just ask your son for it than go see Charles for that money. I understand. If you don't get a hold of your finances, and you're gonna have to cut all that stuff off, like the kids said, all that partying, going out, got this boyfriend, that boy, and see, the crazy thing that I always hear all the time, and I be telling people this: when you in a relationship, any problem you got goes back to your relationship. Any problem you got, seriously, any problem you got, you could be done bit your nail, you could be chewing something and bite your tongue or something like that. Oh, I messed my tongue up. You might have to talk to your significant other about that. Y'all gonna have to work that out. You single? It's just, you'll be you're in a relationship. You gotta talk to your significant other about that. Y'all gonna have to work that out. Do something. I know they got some type of remedy at the house, for a bit tongue. Like, yo, what? I just bit my tongue. That's it. Like, I mean, it'll be the craziest thing. Anything that happens. That's why, listen, you got to get a chokehold on your finances. I started the show off with that.
Is there ever a time that a parent could borrow money from their kids and it'd be okay in your mind?
I don't think it's ever okay.
Why not?
I don't. I just don't think it's ever okay.
Ever? It don't matter what the circumstance is.
And they still kids though. They they ain't past 18, is what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, let's say that. Let's say they're young. They're young. They're not 18. They're not an adult yet.
Okay. No, I don't see a reason.
What's up, Sports PSP? Sports PSP said, hell yes. If parents make sacrifices for kids, kids should at some point do the same.
Yeah. Okay.
if you employed
now,
in it.
okay,
If
you know
you
what, Sharon?
employed in an
You know what,
adult.
Sharon? I'm being selfish. If it's a situation that popped up, let's just say, let's say the bank froze your account. Something happened. Bank froze your account. There's a bunch of imposters out there trying to go
Mm-hmm.
through and steal people identity and stuff. It's gonna take you a whole, I guess what, a couple days to get your identity and stuff back. But your son birthday just passed. He got $700 there. That's enough to pay the rent. Then yeah, I can see that.
It's funny that you
I
say that, because that actually happened to me when I was living in Maryland, BJ. Somebody did some fraud transactions on my bank account, and I had zero money in the bank. That was
Yes, you
all
did
my,
give
it was
me.
all my rent. It was all my rent,
Thank you
my
for the advice.
electric, my cable, phone. I mean, it was all the money that I had. And, I had money in my savings account, but it wasn't enough to pay all of that. But they compromised my checking account. Now, lucky for me, it was Bank of America, and they ended up putting that money back within 48 hours. But the problem was I found out that it wasn't in there because I went to pay a bill, and the money, it wouldn't go through. And I'm like, what you mean? I got thousands of dollars in here. What you talking about? Gone. And Bank of America, what they do is they give you back your money right away. Then they investigate. And if they find that you're committing fraud, then they sue you for the money back. But how rare is that? That's rare. So they give you back your money first, and then they investigate. So I don't know. I think people need to be more understanding. Everybody doesn't have resources. I'll say it that way. And they may not have anybody else to go to, or no other skills that they can get some money some other way or anything like that. And what do? Child got, you said, like $700, and all they need is $250 to go pay a bill, keep the light bill on. I don't see a problem with that. I just don't. And especially if it's her light bill. It's not like she's trying to pay her boyfriend's light bill or her friend. You see what I'm saying? It's yours. I'm taking care of you. You in this house using this light. This power is running that refrigerator that holds the food that I buy that you eat. It pays for the water that you wash your butt with every day. I mean, it's just a different.
They ain't watching every day, Sharon. They ain't watching every day.
No, my kids do. That's them other people. I ain't got nothing to do with them people. I'm talking about my family, me and mine. We washing every day.
Every day. I'm with you. I'm with you every day.
So what does BJ say? BJ said, my mother made me pay rent during my summer job and still took my Xbox and sold it because she needed more rent money, and told me we all got to make sacrifices. But I worked weeks and weeks to save up after paying rent. Well, how do you feel about that, BJ? You feel like that was wrong?
I can feel it in the comments. He still hurt.
He sounds like he's still hurt by it.
Still hurt. As I told you, he ain't hurt because some other man came by and dropped off gifts to somebody else. That ain't hurt him. Take that money that you earned as a kid.
I just think people are being way too sensitive about it. I think about like when my mama was young. It was common that kids went out to work and brought the money home to the family to pay bills. That was common. They didn't get to keep their money just because it was a birthday gift. They would go out and work for it, or somebody gave them money. Any little money they have, it went to the household first. Then if you want to spend it on something extra, you can spend it on something extra. Why now? Because it's 2025. Now I guess that's not the way we're supposed to do things now.
Honestly, this has been going on since the 80s.
Yeah, I know.
We just
I
we
understand,
just
but
now
I'm just
started
saying we here now, and people talking about
right.
now.
We just now started talking about it in 2025 because now we actually have a voice outside the house that's listening. Any voices that was inside the house feel as though that they was 100% right and ain't nothing you can say about it. Like you ain't nothing you can say. Like, oh well, we had to sell that. We got to sell a lot of stuff to pay bills in this house. This is what we had to do. Like, no, that's not what you had to do. You could have just got a chokehold on the bills, and that's it. It ain't like you, because I see where BJ coming from with the Xbox. It ain't like you went out and bought the Xbox and then said, "Hey, I made a mistake. I got paid." No, you wasn't buying me no Xbox. I had to go get that job to go get that Xbox. I had to go work for it. When you work for it, now you got a whole different appreciation for it. Instead of somebody giving it to you.
Okay, but I have one question for you, Dennis.
I'm ready.
You work for that Xbox. Your mom and dad come to you and say, "Look, we had to sell your Xbox to pay the electric bill, or they were going to come turn it off tomorrow." And you get mad.
Yeah, because that shouldn't be a late
But
breaking
you,
news. That's something we should be talking about.
but you living in the house using that electricity.
All right. So
So there,
listen,
it's not
I'm
like
with you.
it's not. Listen. It's not like they sold the Xbox so they can go to Jamaica. They did it to pay a bill that you use for what you use in the house to keep your house together. And as a child, we don't know why they had to do that because, like I said earlier, I never knew what mom and dad was going through. I'm not supposed to know.
Not
But if
supposed to.
they came to me and Sheila and told us to get that money, we both had these big boots. They were red boots, like Christmas boots. And we used to keep our money in it. It was like a bank, a little slot at the top. If they told us to come in there and get that money and give it to them, we would have done it and not asked a question. We would have. They never had to do it. Okay, that's not my experience. But I'm saying if they would have, I can't imagine we would have objected.
Oh, we didn't object. We gave it to him. We just were still hurt. That's all I'm telling you. We gave it to him. We just still hurt. As you can see, BJ said he never let it go.
What you mean BS sharing? I said we didn't have any worries. Mom and dad didn't bring us into that whatever financial issues that they were. I don't know anything about it. But if they had it and they had to come to us and ask us, to give us some of your money out your piggy bank, we would have done it. I remember when I got my Atari for the first time, when video games came out. That first generation Atari, I had one. I was so glad to get that thing. I loved it. If they came to me and told me they had to go sell it because they had to pay a light bill, I wouldn't have said anything. I wouldn't have been upset. I would have been like, damn. I probably would have been afraid because I'm like, wait a minute. All of a sudden we have money problems. We ain't never had no money problems. What's going on? But I wouldn't have been.
But okay, now would your parents have gave you an explanation of what happened?
I don't know. Probably would. They would probably tell me like part of the story. Like if it was really bad, they probably wouldn't have told us the whole story because they don't want, they were very careful about kids knowing certain things. That's old. They're old school. They were old.
Right.
They were born in the 30s. So it's different. And they never were the kids stay in a kid's place type of people. Let me explain it this way. They were not those type of people where you had to be seen, not heard. You couldn't say nothing when you were around adults. You couldn't say anything and all that. No, they weren't like that. But when it came to their finances and what was going on behind them closed doors, we did not know. I was full grown when I found out how much money they made. I thought they made much more money than I found out they did make.
But they know how to. They had a chokehold on their finances.
My mama, I'm telling you, it was my mom. My dad was terrible with money. My mama, she had a chokehold on it. But let me say this. I was blessed that I had two parents who were college educated and had good jobs. Most of my friends did not, but my parents had good jobs, and they were able to do so. They never had to do that. And when you grow up like that, you can't relate to a parent having to come and tell their child, "I got to sell your toy to get money to pay a bill." You get judgmental. Me, I try not to be like that because it's easy for me to say, "Well, you need to have them finances in the chokehold. You should never go to your child and blah, 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 blah." No, I ain't bashing no black man. Who am I? Because I said my father wasn't good with money. He wasn't. He was a wonderful father. That was his shortcoming. He was not good with money, not with saving. He could spend it.
My grandpa wasn't
he wasn't good with budgeting and saving. No. Huh?
My grandpa wasn't good with money either. My grandma was the one that was good with money.
No, it's not bashing.
I heard the story 50 Cent said when he was like, his grandpa used to work all that time, and he come home to his grandma and give her his whole check. And he used to be like, she pimping him. And I was like, I remember my grandpa doing the same thing. He would sit down every week. He counted the same amount of money every week, same amount of money. Got the same amount, about $1,000 every week. He may have took 30 of that dollars and put in his pocket. All the rest he gave to my grandmother.
I hate to be telling too much of my personal business on live on air, but the when I lived with my son's father, he did the same thing. He bring his check. He tell me how much to give him, $20, $40. That's all he needed. He just give me the rest because he knew I was gonna handle it.
Right.
That's how it was. I'm gonna take care of the household. I'm gonna make sure that we have food, all the bills gonna be paid, and we can go out and have fun anytime we want.
Yeah,
and that's what happened. Mm-hmm.
Now the other side of the family, my grandmother, my dad's side, my grandmother was bad with money. My grandfather was good with money, and when he passed away, you seen the money management fall like dramatically. Fall because he was the one that, I used to wonder why my grandma used to go shopping and then leave stuff in the trunk or wait till he go upstairs then go get.
No, she didn't. Didn't she?
Yes. Or she had to hide stuff in the closet. I used to wonder why she was doing all that. Then it finally clicked in. Grandpa ain't play that. I know you ain't go out there and spend no more money. Like he was serious about that. My grandfather Willie Towns didn't talk that much. He didn't do all that talking. He was like, straight up and down, old school deacon. He didn't do all that talking. He didn't get too excited. Certain things he got excited about. Sporting events. He'll be excited in church. He see one of his old buddies run into. He get excited about stuff like that. Certain things he was excited about. He was the reason that I started watching football because I seen him watching football, getting all excited. What is you excited about? Who's this guy? Like, what is he all happy for? I started watching football after that.
Well, I don't know. I think people need to be more understanding. Everybody's not good at the same things. Everybody's got their strengths and weaknesses.
That's true. Sound like them kids gonna have to get a part-time job on TikTok or something. The way things going, because she ain't got enough money to keep the finances up. So
but did you notice? Did you notice how impeccably clean them nails were though?
Right.
That was probably about $60 just on her hands right there.
I'm just saying. She
just saying.
money for the light bill. And usually, this is the thing about when you backed up in bills, Sharon, and you need money. You ain't just backed up in one bill. It ain't no, I just need money for the kids right now.
You could be backed up with just one.
It ain't.
I'm just saying, it's happened to me. It's happened to me before. I never had to
ask a possibility, but it ain't. It's usually it's usually you usually a paycheck away from being homeless once it start to be a bill situation.
I mean, that could be true.
On average, I say on average. On average.
That could be true. But
And
you've heard of
that's the thing about it. Like
you've heard of robbing Peter to pay Paul, though, right?
yes, I've heard
I
that.
mean, people, I've had to do that.
People got to do.
If you got two bills to pay, you only got money for one. One will make an arrangement. You go make that arrangement and you pay the other one. But you got to hurry up, make sure that you're going to get money on the other end to pay that bill that you made an arrangement on. See?
Exactly.
So that's robbing Peter to pay Paul. I took this money from over here to pay this, but you going to eventually got to pay Peter.
It wasn't always payment arrangements out there like that.
Not always.
Not always.
But I remember the layaway days, boy. Layaway. I used to kill the layaway. If I put stuff on layaway, I was not one of those people to forget and leave my layaway in there. Do you know how many people used to do that?
A lot of them. They ain't had the money.
Working in retail, we used to have layaway just all in the back room.
You think layaway is crazy? What about the people that put their stuff in the cleaners ain't never come get it?
I never understood that either.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I say this is back in the day. I remember it's kind of funny. My OGs used to sit there and they would clown stuff like when they was outside gambling, rolling dice, and one of the guys who always broke came up, finally won, and went got some stuff out the cleaners, and they killed him. I mean, not killed him, even though they just talked about him like a dog. It was like, that stuff probably been in the cleaners for 2 years. You wouldn't have got that out with my money. I was like, oh man, they is crazy. This is to let you know that cleaners, they still got layaway plans now, but they're a little bit different. They got the Afterpay, the Klarna, they got the Affirm, the Zip.
Well, listen, I didn't know about Klarna until about 6 months ago.
Yeah, Klarna's been good.
I didn't know anything about it. And my friend was like, Klarna, you don't have Klarna? I was like, what are you talking about? It's the app. I was like, what you talking about? And you literally can use Klarna to pay. And then you pay Klarna back.
Yeah. Klarna taking their money out. They tell you when they're taking their money out.
So you get to go and get your item and take it home.
Yeah.
And you pay them back.
PayPal's another one. They let you do you could do 12-month payments, or you could do 6-month payments, or you could do 4 payments.
I don't even use my PayPal like that. The only reason why I have a PayPal account is if I ever have to do business with somebody and that's their only method, I have it. And I'll put money in it to make that transaction, and that's it. I don't mess with PayPal. I don't mess with them. They're gangster. Okay. But anyway, so yeah, I mean, this has been very interesting because I don't know. I just think people are so judgmental. They never think that they would ever be in any situation. Well, I handle my business, so I ain't gonna never need blah blah blah. You didn't know. I'm not saying you. I'm just saying I know people like that, and you see them in these social media streets. You see them making comments. I would never. Yes, you will. You don't know what you won't do when you're desperate. You actually do not know because you're not desperate right now. But when you got this little boy, little face looking up at you like, Mama, what us gonna do? You will do anything for that child. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. And now I got this little grandbaby. I got my little grandma shirt on today. I got this little grandbaby, and every time a little boy look up at me, I'm like, oh God, I got to make this world a better place for him. For him. That's why I fight. And that's why Chocolate Girl always got something to say.
That's right.
I always got something to say. I will never stop talking. Never stop speaking up about what's wrong, what's right, and what's wrong. Mm-mm. But anyway,
Wow.
I'll get off my
All right.
soapbox. You have
It's
another
all right.
story for us?
No, I don't have no other stories. I'd like to thank BJ for coming through with that late breaking video. And
Late breaking.
and but to people out there, this is my last words to everybody out there. This and I want to say this, and I want to say this good to everybody out there. All right, if there's anything you could do, try your best to get ahead of your bills. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
try your
Mm-hmm.
best to get ahead of your bills. Don't let it be like, oh, I ain't got to pay that bill until. No, pay it early.
Mm-hmm.
Get it out the way.
Mm-hmm.
Especially the little bills. Get the ones out the way. Don't let them just come, just start snatching money. Because people start snatching too much stuff out your account. Next thing you know, you're in the negative.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll be in the negative fast.
And can I add to that?
Yes.
Be careful how many automatic drafts you have set up on one account.
Yeah.
What I find a lot of people do, they set up these automatic drafts where the money is just taken out every month and they don't have the money in there at the time they swipe for the money. And then they get mad at what took you so long to swipe for it? I put the money in there, and then they don't account for the bill. No. They think once they put the money in there, when they go back in 3 days, if they whatever they got in there they want, they'll take it out. They're assuming that they've already taken out that payment. You can't do that.
Gotta check all your
You cannot do that. So I tell people, you shouldn't have everything on automatic draft. I know people who do, and that works for them, but that's because they have a lot of money. They have a lot of cash flow coming in. But when you're just an average person, you do not need to have 8 bills coming out of your account every month that you can't stay on top of. I have 2. That's it.
Automatically?
2.
I got
I have 2, and they're once a year bills, not even every month. I can't deal with that every month mess.
I got Amazon Prime and Netflix. That's it. On automatic.
Well, you got to drop your Amazon Prime, man. You can't have that. We boycotting.
Oh, yeah. Boycott Amazon Prime.
No, I'm sorry. I ain't gonna laugh. I still have my Prime account. I do. I just bought some the other day. So okay, so before we do the final words, I have something I want to ask you about. Have you been watching the Unrivaled Basketball League?
No, I haven't been watching like from beginning to end. I just been watching highlights.
Okay. So they come on Fridays, Saturdays, and Mondays. Okay. You can watch it on TNT. It's on TNT. So it's not like you got to watch a streaming service to see it. It's on TNT and I believe Tubi, maybe Tubi TV. I don't know. But anyway, I've been watching, and it's 3-on-3 women's basketball. I watched a full game for the first time last night because I've been watching, like getting to the games late, forgetting they were on type of thing. But I watched it from beginning to end. That game was good. And these were the 2 teams that were kind of at the bottom of the league. So they were battling to see if they could stay in the who could stay in the playoffs. And Breanna Stewart's team won. And it's good basketball. But here's where I'm getting at. Angel Reese is on the team. They're called Rose, ROSE, the Rose team.
A little bit pink, yeah.
She has been the first player in Unrivaled. This is a new league. This is the first season to score 25 points and 25 rebounds in a game. Right? And so there's a post going around about that. And people are still in the comments bashing Angel Reese. There has been video being passed around with her and Nafisa Collier working out with Lisa Leslie. And even though she's been working out with Lisa Leslie since way before the Unrivaled even started. And since it started, she's been continuing working out with Lisa Leslie, who's one of the greatest basketball players of all time. And people are still, well, that's just 3-on-3. When she gets back to the W and people are really playing better defense, she's going to be just as bad as she was last year. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm looking at this like, what in the hell is wrong with these people with this one girl? Why won't they let this young lady live? I don't understand it. I still don't get it, Dennis. And it's not just among racial lines. I've seen Black people saying the same crap about her too, and can't stand her. And I'm like, I don't get it. Who is she offending? She doesn't offend me. I don't agree with everything she says and does, but she doesn't offend me. And I don't get it.
She went and bought her mama that house.
So did. And surprised her on her birthday. Surprised her. It was like, happy birthday, Mom. You ain't gotta pay no more mortgage. Paid that mortgage off.
Yeah.
That's what she did. She paid her mortgage off. That's a big deal.
Yes, it is. Now I have to pay that bill no more?
She's like, you don't have to work anymore, Mom. Because I mean, that's probably the only big expense she had.
Yeah.
But anyway, I don't know. I just wonder what you thought about that. What do you think? What is the problem that people still hate this girl?
Well, the hate is going to keep coming. So the more haters you got, the more it's going to be. So that's the one thing I learned with a lot of athletes. As a matter of fact, one of the biggest athletes I learned that with was Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
Because Kobe Bryant was not liked in Philly. Like everybody likes him once he became number 24. Kobe Bryant never ate with the afro. Was not like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm just going to let you know. Like, and back in those times, as Kobe being a 3-time champion, people were more excited to see Allen Iverson than they were Kobe Bryant. But Kobe Bryant, once he went through everything, you started to see his trials and tribulations, and he became different, and going to the Olympics, cutting his hair and all that. Once that transformation went, that Mamba mentality and everything, everybody fell in love with him.
Yeah, I never understood the hate for him either. I still don't. I still don't.
But the hate for Kobe Bryant was real.
Oh, I know.
Just like it is for Angel Reese, it was real. And the crazy thing is, it wasn't just like at first I thought it was just Philly. It wasn't just Philly. It was some of his teammates that didn't like him. The coach didn't like him when he was younger. I was like, damn. It's a lot of shit you gotta go through. Like, goddamn. His parents did some shit with his money and stuff like that. Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
You gotta go through, man. That's enough to mess with your mental. Yeah.
He went through a lot that would have kept some people from being great. So for him to go through all the stuff that he went through and still be great, one of the greatest of all time, you can't touch it. You can't touch it. And I really, I don't want to talk about where I rank him and stuff, but I feel like he is one of those players that's totally disrespected. Totally disrespected. And it's unreal. Now, the basketball greats, they give him his props. But all these other role player basketball retirees hate on him still. And it's ridiculous. But anyway, yeah, I just wanted to tell everybody you need to watch Unrivaled on TNT Friday, Saturday, and Monday. They're going into the playoffs now. It's only 6 teams. But it's been really good basketball. 3-on-3 basketball is fun to watch. It's a different game.
3-on-3 is taking over the world.
It's a different game.
They got it going on in the Olympics.
Yep.
Ice Cube bought it for life a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm. Right. Big 3 league. I love watching the Big 3 league. I love it.
Yeah.
I think Steven Jackson's team is a 2-time champion.
Yeah,
I
he's the
think
coach of the team.
Yeah, I think he's won twice the championship for Big Three. But anyway, I just think people need to watch Unrivaled. And those girls, those ladies, I should say, they are balling. And to see these WNBA players and get used to how they play when they're playing full team basketball, and to see them play a little differently with this 3-on-3, because the game changes when it's just 3-on-3. It's been really something. You can really get to see their individual talent shine through. That's what I really like about it. And I don't know if they've noticed, but Angel's been in the weight room too. She getting cut up. She's getting jacked up here. And so she's getting stronger, which means she's going to be tougher in the paint. And she's getting her a better shot. Lisa has helped her with her shot and her post play. And that's where she was weak.
Man,
So
I seen Aaliyah Boston over there balling as well.
Yeah, and Aaliyah, not only her, but Aaliyah Edwards of the Mystics, balling. Oh, and your girl, Ryan.
Man, Ryan Howard, that's my girl.
Yes, she was. I watched her last night. She was balling. I'm telling you, you missing out, Dennis. You need to try to catch it.
I'm gonna try to see if I can go down to Atlanta and watch it and go see if I can catch an Atlanta Dream game.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Is she still there? Did she get traded? There's been so much movement in the offseason of these players. Nobody's where they used to be, it seemed like. Well, shouldn't say nobody, but a lot of them have moved.
I'll find out.
Mm-hmm. All right. So that's my final words is watch Unrivaled and stop hating on Angel Reese. The girl is trying to get her game up, and you can't beat her marketing. Go to McDonald's and get the Angel Reese special. It's a barbecue, bacon cheeseburger, fries, and a drink. You might as well go ahead and get it. I think I'll go get one today. So that's what's up. So we ended the show. Thanks, y'all, for watching.
God bless y'all and great day.